The homies on a vacation far away. Pull down the mask, I'm coming over. So many ops that I wanna spray. You know I make these streets a little bit colder. I just wanna spin your block tonight. Yeah, yeah. No biggie, you gon' get big pop tonight. Got me an FN and Glock 2. So when I slide, you'll be in trouble. Loaded these hollows up just for you. Most of these fuckboys ride with undercovers. I just wanna spin your block tonight. Yeah, yeah. No biggie, you gon' get big pop tonight.
The golden age of Call of Duty is back. What we once thought was totally impossible has finally happened. Activision has fixed the matchmaking for classic Call of Duty games on Xbox. And it really feels like this is actually a statement from Microsoft. After a protracted court hearing, Microsoft is now clear to acquire Activision and become owners of the Call of Duty franchise. And as soon as that deal went through, suddenly, poof, the servers started working again. Nobody knows but Microsoft, but it really feels like a token statement to let gamers across the world know that the Call of Duty franchise is in good hands. This also corresponds with the big Xbox sale of the entire franchise, so they're all dirt cheap right now. If you have a hole in your Call of Duty collection, now is a great time to fill it. And as soon as the community heard that all of these games were back online, suddenly everybody freaked out and jumped into servers, and this is an incredible weekend to be a fan of classic Call of Duty. This is it. Now is the time. I have a lot of things I'd like to talk about in this video, but seriously, like, stop watching. If you're a fan of classic COD, if you grew up with these games, if you love these games, stop watching right now. Put the phone down and run to your Xbox, dust off your disc, pop it in, and catch some games, jump into some lobbies, and experience some of the greatest multiplayer games ever created. But of course, nothing's perfect. There's a lot of problems going on. There's a lot of technical difficulties. Some old problems that never quite went away are kind of rearing their head again. And personally, I don't want to give Activision too much credit for fixing a problem that they essentially created. I'm actually a little annoyed at how easy this was. And these games should never have been in the state that they were in. Not that I think they're obligated to maintain servers for every title they've ever created, but you know, this is their flagship franchise, and they still actively sell these games in the marketplace. This is still a product that they expect people to pay for. So they should be maintaining these servers with a reasonable amount of manpower and funding put into them. Fixing them after years and years and years of them not working. I mean, of course I'm very happy about it, but I'm also not going to give them too many brownie points either. Obviously, servers take a lot of time and money to maintain, and they would much prefer people be on the newer games, spending their hard-earned money on uwu anime waifu fucking skins. But these games are really important to the franchise, and they're also important to gaming culture as a whole, and it's really, really great to see them back. And man, was it fun to play these games. Even World at War has players. Going back in time, though, did make me realize some things I do really appreciate about modern Call of Duty. Like, for example, the netcode on these old games is absolute fucking trash. Like, tragically bad. You know, despite skill-based matchmaking, the netcode is a lot better now, so you generally have a smoother experience. The menu system and the overall presentation and everything is also super duper improved in current Call of Duty. But these classic games just have something special, something you can't really put into words or put your finger on. They were innovative, creative, some of the best maps of all time for any FPS game. I didn't get to play any of the good maps though this weekend. Holy shit, it must have been karma for talking so much smack in that map video. I got back to back ass maps all day long on every game I played. I jumped back in and played almost all of the classics except Call of Duty 4. We have Modern Warfare Remastered for that game, so I don't think it's going to be going anywhere anytime soon, at least. I mean, technically it is a last-gen game at this point. And the original version of Modern Warfare released in 2007, it just hasn't aged that well. And I don't think that's super mean to say. It is 16 years old. Call of Duty 4 is fucking old enough to drive at this point. And if I'm going to play that game, I'm probably just going to play the Remastered. It looks better. It plays basically the same. I started my old school quest this weekend with World at War. Of the golden era of Call of Duty, this is probably my least favorite multiplayer. I like it. I went 10 prestiges in it, don't get me wrong. It's a good game. But even at the time, I had this like weird contentious relationship with it where like I played multiplayer on COD 4, and when I was on World at War, I was really kind of playing zombies a lot. I have a ton of nostalgia for this title, but like it never really blew me away. And going back to visit it was like a huge nostalgia trip, but there wasn't much more than that. I wasn't loving the moment-to-moment gameplay, MP40s and shit. Fucking tanks. I got blasted by tanks a couple times, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. This game's still a thing. Next. From there, it was on to the OG of the OG, Modern Warfare 2. Fucking amazing. This is one of the GOATs, and it always will be. I had to jump on and be a fucking degenerate with noob tubes just for old time's sake. But this game looks great, it's colorful, it's vibrant, it plays great, it plays crispy, it's responsive. And it was such a huge leap too. Like when you start playing these games sequentially, you realize that Modern Warfare 2 is basically the foundation of everything we've been playing since. Next up was Black Ops 1. Really amazing, actually. I think this game holds up particularly well. It has that perfect ratio between like frustration and excitement. You feel powerful, but you're not crazy OP. The maps are really good. The game's really beautiful. I always kind of sleep on Black Ops 1, and then people are like, oh, BO1's my favorite. And I'm like, oh, really? Like, you don't love Modern Warfare 2, you don't love Modern Warfare 3, and every time I go back to it, it reminds me why people love this game so much and why I love this game so much. It's really just it's a just fucking classic. But speaking of Modern Warfare 3, I think I enjoyed this game the most, way more than I expected. I've already gone back and played another session after recording, which is like bonkers. I should be putting the video together, but I was like, yo, let me catch another couple rounds of Modern Warfare 3. Something about this game just absolutely works. I really love the ability to disable DLC with one button. It's just a fantastic convenience feature. I wish that would come back into the franchise. And of course, you can't go back and play classic Call of Duties without hopping onto BO2. This one, I'll give you a word of caution. This game is still hacked to hell. Modded lobbies, people using aimbot, it's all that fucking silly shit, the JTAG shit that's been going on for years. A lot of these people have probably been playing hacked BO2 for the last 10 years. They're probably just surprised to see like other people in the lobby for a change. But for me, it was worth it. Black Ops 2 is probably one of my personal favorite Call of Duty multiplayers of all time. And of course, it did me like ultra dirty. I had super laggy lobbies. I had terrible fucking maps. Like the first map it tried to get me on was Turbine, and I was like, well, fucking here we go. It's going to be a terrible day. But I'm in an abusive relationship with Black Ops 2. I don't care how bad it treats me. I always come back for more. And after I'm done editing this video, I'm jumping back on BO2 tonight. One thing I found really interesting is that like when I start kind of thinking about the newer titles and comparing them to the older ones, right? I think the newer titles actually play a fair bit faster. Even in Modern Warfare 2019 that had maps with all these little like camper cubbies and shit, you know, it still plays a lot faster than an old school game like Black Ops 1. You had a lot more time to think, a lot more time to kind of strategize in between engagements. But I do think older Call of Duties allowed for a larger diversity of gameplay styles. Rushing, camping, it just feels like you had more tools as a player. Because when you look at a modern game like, for example, Vanguard, your choices kind of boiled down just to your primary weapon choice, and within that category, it didn't really matter much. You were either running a sniper, a submachine gun, a shotgun, etc., and that kind of dictated your entire playstyle. For me, this was an incredible trip down memory lane, and not just nostalgia. The moment-to-moment gameplay in these classic Call of Duty titles is absolutely exquisite, and I had fun. I had a ton of fun. I wish they were still active titles. I wish we would get remasters that would push them back into the mainstream as well. And I just straight up had to document it and share it with you guys. This is such a great community moment this weekend. I mean, will these games keep an active player base? Let's be real, probably not. These games are all well over 10 years old. It's really great to be able to play them on Xbox again, because for a long time, the only place where these were even remotely playable were in modded clients on PC, and then Activision went through and shut most of those down recently. So it was looking kind of sketchy. The future of these games was kind of hanging in balance for a while there. There was really no place where you could legitimately play them, and it's really lovely to see the community rally together around some of these classic titles, and we're all having this great communal experience of revisiting these amazing games. I mean, I played fucking Search and Destroy on Modern Warfare 2. That is something I never thought I'd be able to do on an Xbox ever again. I highly encourage you to jump online this weekend before this moment passes and make sure that you revisit your old friends, the classic Call of Duty games. But yeah, jump on, have some fun. I'm going to be on all weekend. If you see me in the lobby, I'm Glorious George on Xbox. Say hi. Maybe we'll party up and catch a couple rounds together. That'd be really fun. But thanks for watching and have a great day. I will see you again very, very, very soon.